let's look at some planes today. New planes, old planes, all of the planes. Roll that intro. What's up, everybody? I'm Spaz with Small Bore and Two Wheels. If the first time you're here, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. Today we're out on location with no wheels, just my feet, at the Airbus factory in Toulouse, just to look at some stuff, all the stuff you can, as a just pedestrian, can look at. So come along with me and let's learn some stuff about planes. Here's the Airbus factory, and the 350 is what he was saying is one that has the most purchases, their 350 line. And so over here you have the big factory of Airbus. You have the massive planes, the 380s, like double decker, which is pretty cool looking. Let's see if we can find some of those and look at them from far away. And up here they have kind of like a little museum where they have all of their old planes, and we'll get to that, but this is pretty cool. You see the Concorde right there, little cone for the nose. I don't know how far you guys can see that, but hopefully we can get in a little closer. Yeah, you see the big building right there? It has some massive bay doors where they go put in the planes, assemble and whatnot. And what they were saying is the first thing they end up doing is they paint the tail. That way they know where they're supposed to go, who the owner of them are and whatnot. And then they move them around, assemble them, and do their thing. But we're about to go in here into aeroscopia to see some of these closer up. Hopefully they won't get too mad that I'm taking video. Worst case scenario, you guys won't see it. But you have the military plane, the Concorde, and just another big bay in the back. I know it's not motorcycle contact, but this is some pretty cool stuff. So you see the Concorde, you got the really pointy nose on it, and really tiny windows. Man, I'll get so claustrophobic, but apparently it can go from like London to New York in half the time. And then there's the Airbus military one, as you can see. I think we'll be able to get inside of them, at least the military one. Then just got a regular plane over here. Man, this is pretty cool. You guys might have seen this one in maybe like a James Bond movie, or I think is what it was on. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but definitely a pretty cool plane. It's the A400M. It's military. You got the propellers. It's easier to take off and land from what I was told. And I can't really go in there, but you guys can kind of get the picture. It's pretty massive. I'm sure you can get 1 or 2 tanks in there. Alright, let's see if we can get a better view of that Concorde from here. Oh man, that is a pretty plane. Okay, bye bye Concorde. We're gonna go see some other ones. We'll be going to see, I guess, there's a little museum here in a bit. We're gonna go the long way. But this is a pretty cool campus. I mean, it's pretty much open to the public. You can come and see their planes. I guess as long as you don't go where you're not supposed to, you're pretty much welcome to walk around. Look, they even have little things for the kids to play. I don't know if you guys can see that, like a little spider web to climb. Go take a look at the rocket. But it's pretty open. And I find that it's very common here in Europe, where It's very pedestrian friendly, something you don't find in the big cities in the US. Man, not even the small cities. Like, there's no way you'd be able to see as many scoots as I saw in San Sebastian, in Houston, just going all over the place. People are not scooter friendly at all over there. Let's just get from A to B in the fastest way possible, which is a bit scary when you're not in a cage. But man, this is awesome. Look, they have the pretty cool bridge to go over the highway to where you can still go to another, because that's another company. Like, engineering firms around here are set up to help out Airbus and everything they need, the contracts and whatnot. I'm sure by now they've got their own contracts that they gotta take care of, but pretty much the big drive to get all those companies here was Airbus and their factory here. This is the business school of Airbus. You got basketball and soccer fields. On top of everything, look, we've just been walking. They got trails all around. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a 350 right next to a 380. The 380 almost looks like a neck from the front. It's pretty wide, top to bottom, but the tail is what kind of like you can see the most. The 380 is further back, but from here it's almost like a finger above the other one. It's pretty big. I was talking to my father-in-law. He says that some of those 380s have 2 rows, so they go top and bottom, and the whole top row could be first class. So even though that big plane is more expensive, I guess, to manufacture and to keep up with, you can make a lot of that money in the back end with all those first class chairs. I mean, think about just having a full regular plane full of first class. And he said that even some of them may even have, in the bottom level up front, they may also have some first class seats. So it has a double-decker plane of massive proportions. Yeah, they're made here. And some of those bay doors open up all the way so that you can pull in and out any planes that you may need without having any issues. They also have what they call the beluga whale. I don't know if this is an actual term of what my family actually in calls that, but it pretty much looks like a beluga whale, and it transports plane parts, as well as it's been used for like humanitarian reasons and whatnot. But if you can see, that is a 380. Look how tall that is, and that big, I guess, walkway up there is tall enough to clear that wing, the tail, be able to, from the top, QC or quality check any imperfections or whatnot from the plane itself. I hope you guys can see that, because this is some pretty interesting stuff. But like I said, look at this. There's walkways everywhere, all around the campus. There's a little river that goes by. You'd be hard to find anything like this in the States. This is why people here, even though they eat a lot of bread, they're in pretty good shape. So you go from the new planes to the old planes. A lot of these are war planes from, I guess, the world wars and whatnot, but they're here is what they call the cemetery, the plane cemetery. But you have a lot of older ones. You have propeller style, almost like one person cabin, to more of the fighter planes and whatnot. I might be butchering all these names, so I know nothing about planes, but it's pretty cool that you can see the evolution of planes just from over here, and then you turn around and you see the 380 being built, the 350 over here, and just everything in between. It is pretty cool. Man, it's cold. It's like below freezing out here now. I hope this little dead cat on the directional mic that I got is dealing away with a lot of that wind because it's pretty windy. But yeah, look at all this stuff. It's all like steel and cool. They're closed right now, but if they weren't, I'd go in there and take a closer look. So as you can see on the wing, it kind of points up at the end. Apparently that lowers, I guess, gas consumption and increases efficiency tremendously. And pretty much what you need to make sure is that the tail, the end, is what steers the plane. And I guess you could potentially lose the turbines and whatnot, but as long as you have the steering mechanism in the back as well as in the part of the tail, you can technically still maneuver enough to have a somewhat safe landing. But if you end up losing any of those parts, you may be a little SOL. Yeah, that's a 350 for high-end airlines. But like I said, all the tails are different. That's the first thing you do, just to make sure that you're putting everything to the right airline, to the right, I guess, flow path and whatnot. Here you go. We'll see a little better view of some of these planes without any of that shrubbery in between. As you can see, it's just as far as the eye can see. You got planes, big and small. This is some pretty cool stuff. And like I said, it's just, as a pedestrian, you get to walk around and get some exercise and take a look at some pretty cool looking planes. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any place in the States that's similar to this, to where like you have some pretty sensitive stuff and you can just walk around and get some exercise and, you know, look at some of the process. So as far as I know, I mean, there's all the secrets in the factories and things like that in the US are pretty highly guarded. But I mean, obviously everything here is done behind closed doors, but they store a lot of those planes out in the open for you to see, and they're just surrounded by greenery, so anybody can just walk around, get some exercise and get some good views. Alright, and we've just finished the loop. We're back. We're here with the Concorde and the military plane. Let me know what you guys think about that kind of video. I mean, I'm just kind of exploring. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, guys, keep causing a ruckus. Spaz out. Later.